Hi guys, welcome to Honors Chemistry. We are going to start by talking about what is science and what is chemistry and why do we study chemistry. So science is the study of the physical and natural world around us. We study it through observation and through experimentation. So we do lots of observations. Observations can be quantitative or qualitative. So quantitative comes from quantity. So that means that you're measuring something or counting something, so your observation is expressed as a number. So for example, if I say the mass of this penny is 2.1 grams, then that is a quantitative observation. Versus qualitative observations, those involve descriptions. So if I say this penny has luster or it is copper in color or something like that, then that would be a qualitative observation. In science and in chemistry specifically, we only make observations, we don't make inferences. Observation means it's information that is collected with your five senses, so something that you can see it or hear it or feel it. So for example, if I have a cup and I say, oh, it has a clear colorless liquid in it. I can see that it's clear, I can see that it's colorless, I can see it's a liquid, so that is an observation. Versus an inference is an educated guess based on your observation. So saying that it's clear, colorless, and a liquid, if I say this cup contains water, then that would be based on my observations, but it is a guess. I don't know for sure that it is water, and so that would be an inference. So again, we make observations, we don't make inferences in science. So that's science in general, but what specifically is chemistry? Chemistry is basically studying matter, what matter is made of, and the changes that matter undergoes. What is matter? Well, matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. So you and I are made of matter because we have mass and we occupy space. The air, it has matter in it. The desk, the chair, my computer, my pencil, pretty much everything around you that you see, anything that you eat, anything that you drink, papers, those are all matter because they have mass and occupy space. The only exception to something that we can feel or see that is not matter would be forms of energy. So heat, light, sound, those obviously don't have mass and don't occupy space, and so they're not considered matter. But everything else that you are able to see around you or feel around you is matter. There are many, many branches of chemistry. Some of them, the main ones, are organic chemistry. 95% of chemists are organic chemists because a lot of the substances around us are organic substances, and especially the important substances. So organic means that it's carbon containing, so substances that have carbons and usually hydrogens. And so you and I are made of organic substances. Anything that you eat is made up of organic substances. Lots of textiles, plastics, medicines, a lot of different things are organic, and so there's lots and lots of organic chemists. Then we have inorganic. That means it does not contain carbon. An inorganic chemist studies things like salts or rocks, stuff like that. Biochemistry means that it is the chemistry of living organisms. And so a biochemist, for example, might study how sugar in the bloodstream affects insulin production or something like that, something that's in a living system. Analytical chemists, analytical sounds like analysis, so these are chemists that analyze things. They look at the composition of matter, and so for example, they can study is there enough chlorine in this water, or is there too much lead in this water that it's toxic or something like that. Physical chemistry basically combines chemistry and physics together. We study reaction mechanisms, what steps happen in a reaction. We study rates, how fast a reaction happens, and then energy transfers as well. Obviously these can overlap a lot. And so there's a lot of other smaller fields, and then there's overlapping chemists as well. So when I did my master's in chemistry, I did physical organics. So I did reaction rates with carbon-containing molecules. Real quick, why would we study chemistry? There's all kinds of different reasons. Most basic one is just to be informed. So, there's all kinds of chemicals around you, right? You're made up of chemicals. The air is made up of chemicals. Water is a chemical. And so it's important to know, what kind of cleaners are you using? How are you disposing of your waste? If you have a factory nearby, stuff like that. It's also important if you care about the environment, right? Chemicals are everywhere. They impact the environment in all kinds of different ways. If you like to cook, there's a lot of chemistry in cooking. It takes different times to cook something, a cake like in Ohio versus in Denver because of the different altitude. That it has to do with chemistry. If you are making pancakes and you want them fluffy and rising, that's chemistry as well. If you drive water on the roads, when it rains and when it snows, water freezing and then thawing and melting, that causes different things to happen to the roads. For your future, how are we going to generate energy? We want reusable energy sources. You can use chemistry for that. What kinds of things do we want to invest in? You will soon vote and you want to make informed decisions. So, politicians can make all kinds of studies sound like what they want them to sound like, and so you want to be informed and know whether they, are saying something that makes sense or not. Also, of course, all kinds of different careers are involving chemistry. Of course, if you're in science or you're looking at making batteries or fuels or something like that. If you are looking at the composition of stars, or you're trying to grow food or prevent pollution or make medicine. If you're a journalist and you're writing about stories, you want to know some chemistry. If you're an investment manager, you want to know some chemistry. If you're in construction, if you're in healthcare, all kinds of different careers are affected by chemistry. All right, that was a quick overview of what is chemistry. I'm really excited that you are taking this class. I'll see you guys later.